fellow students. I am Bhumica Verma, Assistant Professor in CSE Department and working in Akgec Engineering College. And today my topic of delivery is string and list data type, that is in Python. So basically this topic comes under Python programming, having the code BCC 303 and BCC 404 depending upon the semester in which you are working with in AK2. So before going to start with the data types of string and list in the slides further, I'm going to discuss the type. Just want to get you a brief about the data types in Python. That is basically the types of data types is divided into these variations, that is number, bool, sequence, mapping and sets, where number includes the integer, float and complex data type that I have discussed in my previous lectures. Bool is the dissemination of information in the form of, or the condition present in the form of, when it leads to the answer in the form of true and false. So that belongs to the bool data type. Thirdly is the sequence data type that comes including string, list and tuple, which I'm going to discuss in today's lecture. That is these three are the kind of sequence data type in which the data belong in these categories is of sequence data type. The next is the mapping, which comes under comes for the dictionary data type, and the last is the sets, which has set and frozen sets in that will be discussed in my further lectures. So coming up with the data type, so these is basically the explanation regarding all these data types that I have done in the previous slide. So moving on further, I am just discussing about the string data type. The string is basically the collection of some characters. String is basically, in layman terms, is the collection of some garland. String is basically considered to be in garland by in a layman term. So that is the collection of same type of things. In that layman form, it is the collection of flowers, it may be the collection of beads, it may be the collection of something, but that is similar by nature. So similarly, when I talk about string data type in programming, so here programming means the line of code, and line of code includes some kind of lines which have some characters. So basically the string in Python programming is the collection of those characters that is surrounded by single quotes, or maybe double quotes, or maybe triple quotes. So computer does not understand the language of characters itself. Internally it stores all the information in the form of 0 and 1. So this collection of characters is basically the collection of that zeros and one, combinedly making them as a string. So that's why each character is enclosed as in the form of ASCII characters or Unicode characters. So Python strings are also called to be the collection of some Unicode characters. So Python strings can be enclosed by some kind of character or sequence of characters in codes. So Python allows the using of single quote, double quote or triple quote to create a string. So the first step of knowing the string is how to create, how to initialize and how to access the string, then creating the string using the string object, and the next function is the string indexing, how the string is being termed and how it is being accessed. So when it comes to string creation, so it is basically when I say that creating a string, so the string can be enclosed in either single quotes, either double quotes or either triple quotes, and here something is written into it. Like if I am saying that this is apple, so apple is basically a string written over here. It could be initialized with the help of some variable. Suppose I say that a is equal to apple. So when I say that what is the type of a, if I ask this what is the type of a, this is the Python interpreter, and if I say the type of a, it will return me the type of this a as class string. It will return me as class string, which simply means that this is the data type belonging to the string data type. This variable or this value, variable a having value apple, is of string data type, so this belongs to class string. So this is how we can create a string, either with a single empty quotes also. but once you initiate the quotes into it, then it will be a string itself. That means if you write something into it, or if you are not writing something into it, but once you have uh, initialized the quotes into it, then that will be a string data type. Then initializing the data type is you are giving this string into a variable. That means a variable is being initialized in front of it so that I can initiate or I can access the string into it. So that means A is the initialization or giving a variable name to the string. When I am saying about accessing, then for accessing I need the positions of these characters of the string. That means if I'm saying that I am having a string like Bhumica Verma, so in this string is consisting of various characters. So these characters must have some value or some accessing location limit towards it, so that I can able to access. When I say about accessing, so it comes up with two forms. That means positive indexing or negative indexing. Positive indexing is the sequencing or indexing of the characters from 0 till the last alphabet or the number of the alphabet, length of the alphabet, including the spaces as well. When I am saying about the negative indexing, then it means that last alphabet is having the negative index with -1 initialization, and then it goes up to the length from back to the front, and here it is having -1 to -13. So that means if I'm saying that if I want to access A is equal to, if there is A is equal to Bhumika Verma, suppose, so this is my name. If I'm saying this is Bhumika Verma, so in that case, if I say that I want to access A0, that means I want to access the 0th index element of this string, then it comes up with B. Similarly, the other alphabets also. This is how you can access the string. The next is the traversing of the string, that is how the string is being traversed. So if I want to access one by one elements of the string, then it can be accessed this way. If I want to access all the elements, then it can be used with the help of for or while loop that I'm going to discuss further. So this is how I am creating a string that I have discussed, that is string 1 is equal to hello Python. So this is the first example in which I have created the string using the double quote as well, and in both the cases, the output of the string will be the hello Python as in the output. Then third is the triple quote. Triple quote is basically used when I am having some data that is beyond one single line. That means triple line is also can also have a single element into it, but it is basically used when I am having huge data. That means I'm using multiple lines. In that way, in that case, I'm using triple quotes. So here triple quotes is being used to declare something into it, and finally I'm printing the thing, so it will print the output. So here these are the output of all these things. That means string 1 hello Python, so hello Python. String 2 is also having the hello Python, so it is also giving hello Python. String 3 is having some data into the triple quote. That means that is into multiple, that is having into multiple lines, or that is being consisting into multiple lines. So here the data is being represented as it is, that is being represented in string 3. That denotes that the data is huge, and that is covering 2-3 lines of a page of programming page. Okay, so this is these are the output, how the data is created and how I can able to show this thing. The second thing is how you are accessing the things. So which I have told you in the previous slide also, when I told the example that Bhumika Verma is having some characters from length this to this. So this is how a short example is there, that hello, and hello is having some 5 characters, so it is being initialized from 0 index to 4 index, and in this way h is having on the 0 index and thereon. So if I'm going to access all these things, so these are the accessing of the single characters. Okay, then the thing is how I'm gonna access the negative negative indexes. So negative indexes is similar to the positive indexes. If I am saying that string -1, that means I am talking about the last element of the string, that is 0. So this is how the negative indexes is working. Now the thing is, if I want to access not only the single character but some kind of group characters of the string, that means not the whole string but the group of the string, that means that term is being termed as slicing. Slicing is means that if I want to access, suppose 3 characters of this string in from between or from the beginning, from the last, or some kind of sequence I want to take a substring out of one string, that is known as slicing. So for that purpose, slicing is done via this operator, that means slice operator. In that case, this represent the slicing of the string. Both the parameters here are empty, so it requires basically the parameters like this way. This is representing the start position or whatever you wanna start into the string. So this is the start position. The second after slice is the stop, where you want to slice, where you want to stop the slice. Then the third is the step, or how many times you want to step or what you are stepping out of it. So this is basically representation of how the slice function is working. So start position is basically from where you want to start. So if I want to start from this position, E position, so that means according to this, if I am saying about the positive index, so this is accordingly the string will be accessed like 1 colon, I want to get it up to here. That means the second L of this. So that means 1, 2, 3. So 3 is being written, but if this stop function is having some value, that means that function, that value will be excluded. That means this simply means, if I am saying that if I write 3, so that means the third index will be excluded, but I want to include this in my output, so that is the reason I want to increment this number by 1. That means I will write 4, so that the fourth index will be excluded and it will include up to the third index. So that's why I have to write it as a 4. And step function is basically representation of that. If I want the alphabets in some sequence, that means these alphabets are in sequence, that means that is in the increment of 1 by 1. So that means here the step function will be 1. If I want the output as E L, that means this E and this L, and skipping the in between character, in that case I have to choose the step function wisely. So accordingly, now this has been written. Now this will produce me the output as ELL in this way, ELL, because as in Python is a case sensitive language. So this ELL and this ELL is representing two different type of substrings. So basically this will represent this as an output. But if I say now this step function is representing 1, by default this is 1, so we can skip this as of now here. But if I want to change the output, then this step function will be changed. That will be that will be able to see in the next slide as well. So coming up to this, here are two parameters. That means slice function is having two parameters, one is before, one is after that slice. So this represent the start function, this represent the stop function, and that represent, if both these parameters are empty, that represent whole the string from the starting till the end. If nothing is written, then you need not to calculate anything, that complete string will be written, or that will be represented as an output. Here the string has having 0 as a stop parameter, as a start parameter 0. So that means the index will start from 0 itself. Here also the index is starting from 0. Here also the index will starting from 0. So nevertheless, there is nothing an issue. You can write this way or that way. The both in both the cases, the string will start from the index 0 by default. If I want to change my output to be indicated from, suppose here in index 1, then I have to write here the index 1, so that it will represent only, if I say that I want to represent 1 colon like this way. So it will start from 1 and till the end it goes to the last, and it will represent is like S. like this way. Okay, so here the start function is not there, but the stop function is there. But if the stop function is there, then this is the condition that we always need to consider, that what is mentioned over here will be excluded. That means the fifth index here will be excluded. Now see, is there any fifth index? No, the string is having the index from 0 to 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So fifth is excluded. So if that is excluded, that means the string will come up to the index 4. So it will represent the whole string. Then the string is represented from starting till 3, and now 3 is excluded. So third index is excluded, though it will represent HEL as an output. In this, both the parameters are present over here. So 0 index will be included and 2 index will be excluded. That means second index L will be excluded and the answer will be he. Yes, the output is he over here. Then the string is starting from 1 to 4. So 4 will be excluded over here. So the string is only having the characters which is having the index 1, 2, 3. So this is the output of the same. Similarly is the thing with the negative indexes. But you need to only remember the thing that if you are using two parameters in the shelf, that means if you are using two parameters in the this part of the things, both these parameters will be appear in the ascending order. That means the stop parameter will always be smaller than the start parameter. Here also, when I am taking up with the negative indexes, here also the start parameter will always be lesser than the stop parameter. Here is the string accessed from -3 to -1. So here the -3 is this, -3 is this, and -1 is this. That means from -3 till -1, where the stop parameter is excluded. So we need to, what is excluded? That means the last parameter will be excluded, the last index will be included. That means I am gonna access like this way. If this is the thing, then we need to increment this thing. So for this purpose, one character is excluded. That means I need to access it from, the processor is going to access from -3 to -2. That means these two characters will be represented. Okay, similarly with this, but in all these cases you have noticed that all these stop parameter are greater than the start parameter. The last one is the use of two colons, and last is -1. Okay, so this represent all the string, complete string from start till the end, because nothing is mentioned. So you need not to worry about that what to exclude or what to include. So this needs that all the things are included from first to the last, and -1 is the representation of the step function. That means that whatever you are representing will be written as in reverse order. So -1 step function in negative will represent the representation of the string in the reverse order. So this is how the whole string will be represented in the reverse order. So you can able to see that the string is in the reverse order. So this is how the string created, accessed, and slicing is being done. The next portion is the string operator, which are very important in the string operation. That is, in this, these are the major 5 inbuilt string operation. That is plus, that is star, that is colon, that you mean by the accessing of the thing. The fourth one is the use of colon, that is the slice operator that I have already discussed. So when it comes to this operator, then this is the range slice operator, which we have discussed in the previous slide. And this is what how you are accessing the thing, that is the slice operator, and the accessing of the slice with the help of some kind of characters or slice function, using the slice function. The next is the in operator in the string and not in operator of the string. So coming up with these two operator, plus and star. So plus and star are basically not a new operator to you. These are the mathematical operators. But in the case of string, this will not be considered as a mathematical operator. But in the case of string, that will be considered plus somehow in the mathematics it is represented or being calculated for addition purposes, but because string is the collection of some characters, so characters cannot be added with each other, they are concatenated. So this plus operator, uh, till now what we call them as an addition operator, but in the case of string or in the case of Python programming, it will be considered as a concatenation operator. That means it will concatenate two string. That means if there are two string initialized in some codes, so they will add up the two string, add in the form, they will join the two string. So this is known as the concatenation operation. Similarly, when it come up to star, which is a multiplication operator in the mathematics, but here it will be repetition operator or replicator operator. So it will repeat the string what you are writing into the times it is being written. So it will be represented with the help of example. Suppose there are string hello, and there is a second string hello in the world. Okay, in that case, if I say that string plus string 1, that means I'm concatenating two string, so it will concatenate two string hello world. So this is what it will represent. Okay, when I say that string star 3, that means I want to replicate my string into 3 times. So this is how hello 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 is replicated 3 times. Okay, now if I say that string 4, this is simply what we have discussed in the previous slide, that means string ka 4. String ka 4, that means the index 4. Fourth index belongs to O, because 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is O. Okay, then this is slicing, okay, that we have done. So this is output to this. Okay, so now this is next operator, that is in and not in. These are the operator which represent the substring of a string is in the string or not. That means if I am say that hello world is the string, or I say just say that hello is a string, then can I say that e as a substring is present in this string or not? Simple. Then I can say yes, E is a substring to this string. That means E in string. So to this question, I must say that true, yes, E is present in this string. So this simple, these two functions represent the membership of the substring into the main string. So this simply means that if I say W in string, so say C, is W there in the hello? So it will represent false. Similarly, if I say WO not in string 1, so WO is not in string 1, this is also give me false as an answer, because WO is present in the string 1, but I am asking about not in a membership, so that means it will represent me false. If I say that WO in string 1, then it will give me an answer as a true. Okay, so similarly these operator will work accordingly. If I say look here, now these are some common mistakes which we commit while writing the codes. That means string is initialized with some codes. Okay, here also again these codes are ended here. Okay, in between some more codes is being initialized, although these codes are ended, but this represent me an invalid syntax of representation. That means you have not initialized the string in a correct way, so it will give me an out as an output error. Okay, then using triple quotes, if I am saying that look here, 2 quotes and 3 quotes are there in, and also here the thing is you have write single quote to double quotes here, so that means there are 3 kinds of code that is being created, but here in the end there are only 2 quotes that is being closed in that case. So they will they will print that they said what's there, so this will be the output. Now similarly these output can be read yourself. Okay, okay, these are the string method that is basically widely used in the string or performing some string operation. The the first one is the string length. This is basically being used with the help of string. Okay, and length is the parameter that is worldwide used, so len is that function, and these quotes is representing or the representation of some kind of function which we are using. So this means I want to calculate the length of the string, so I have to write all. So then this is the capitalization of string, that means I want to capitalize the string. Capitalize. Then this is string count, though I want to count the string. In counting the string, I need three parameters again, that is the substring, that what I have to calculate. Substring, start parameter and the stop parameter. That means what I have to calculate, from where I have to calculate till up to where I have to end or to calculate the substring into the string. Then string find. String find is the finding of the substring into the string, so it will represent the index of that substring into the string. Then string is elnum, that means this function represent the whether the string is alpha and numeric by nature, so it will check for the alphanumeric or not by nature. Then this represent the string as an alpha, it will check that the string is alphabet, only alphabet or not. This will show, this will represent return true or false accordingly if the string is only digit. So is digit is the question mark, that whether the string which I have initialized like this way, like I have write 1 2 3 as a string, so in that case this string is representing only the digits, so in that case it will give me answer true. But somehow if I say that string is A123, then in that case it will give me answer false. So as an example to this, if this is a sentence, so this is a this is a string that as I have initialized, so length of the string is 26 including the alphabet from I to question mark, and it includes all the white spaces, dot or the special character or some kind of blank spaces what you have written into the string, it include all the things into it. Then the thing is, if I say if I am saying that x is equal to exercise, then I have to find e is the substring into it. So you can able to see that is occurred here 3 times, so I want to find e. If I say, if I write just find e, just find e, it will return me the first index where it appear into the string. That means it will give me the answer as 0. That means the first e is occurred on the position or the index position is 0. But if I am saying that find e from start position to the stop position again, so from 0 to 10, the first e is occurred at the position 0. Suppose somehow if I want to find e position from 2 to 10, that means this e is skipped now. Now it will calculate from the position 2, index 2, 0, 1, 2. So it will calculate from here till the end, because this is having that much length. So from this the index will be 2, so output will be accordingly. Okay, now this third function will be the replace function. Replace function is basically the replacement of some substring of the string with some other string. Okay, so here I want to replace this string enjoy to dislike. So in the output, I enjoy traveling, do you? So this enjoy will be replaced with dislike. Okay, in this is things fall apart, dot replace, that means this string needs a replacement. Replacement of what? A to E. Okay, A is being replaced with E, so A is replaced with E, so it will be replaced in the complete string. That means here also the A is appearing, here also the A is appearing, all the A will be replaced by E. But if I just want to replace the first occurrence, so I need to limit it here. That means the first occurrence is only replaced. In that case, the first occurrence is changed, otherwise the other representation and other occurrences will remain as same. Then the striping and other method, that is basically not written here, but yes, this is of course a method, that is striping. I just need to remove the extra spaces from the string, so it will remove all the white spaces. Here the white spaces including one space here and one space here. So stripe basically stripe or remove the extra spaces or blank spaces from the string from both the ends. So it will represent, it will give me output as white string in which the spaces will be excluded here. Then exercise and exercise dot stripe, that means string is given and stripe is being here, e written, in that case both the E will be striped off and the output will be this. Similarly, the output will be this. Okay. Some other methods are string lower, string upper, string end with, string start with. So these are the methods, and accordingly the output will be here. Like I want to change this string and to the title. Title, that means every word in the string, first alphabet should be capitalized as in title. So it will do this way. Okay. Dot upper means every alphabet, every character will be up in the convert into the uppercase. Similarly, I am saying this is the important method, that is join method, which says the string will be joined by this thing. So the spaces will be joined by the words. That means suppose this is an example. This is a string. I want to join this with the words. So in this the white spaces, all the white spaces will be joined with the help of this substring. So join all these strings will be changes. Similarly, if I'm joining the names with the help of some hyphen, okay, so this will be done. So this will be the output accordingly. Okay. So these are basically the functions of the string function string. So this is capitalized, case, fold, count, which I have included in the slide, and these are with some kind of examples. Suppose if I'm saying that I enjoy the traveling, is is numeric. Numeric means if it is only having the numbers, so it will give me answer as false because it is having some alphabets into it. Then this is numeric. This is also not numeric because it is having some value in the form of float value or decimal value. So this is not basically a numeric value. But this, if I say this is numeric, so this will give me answer as true because it is only having the numeric value into it. Then is lower. I am just checking that all these alphabets into it are lower by character or not. So yes, you can see that this is capital and this is also capital, so this is not is lower, so it will give me answer false. Similarly, if I write this way and I say is lower, then in that case it will give me answer true. Then is upper, and similarly these two will happen. Then I enjoy traveling, do you, starts with I. So yes, this is starting with I, so it will give me answer output as true. So every function that is starting with is the question to the string, whatsoever condition is being followed, that is lower, upper, alphanumeric, numeric, alpha, or sirf numeric, or is alpha, something like that way. So in that case all the answers will be in the form of true and false. That means they're in the form of boolean values. So these are the some string functions. So these are the functions that we have discussed, that are just the explanation to everything. That is the indexes, okay, is alpha, is decimal, is digit, is identifier, is lower, is numeric, is printable, is upper, is space. That means if I'm saying that if a string is like this way, single quotes without any space, so it will give me is space answer, it will give me false. But if this quotes is having some kind of space into it, either tab or either space, it will give me answer as a true. So is space, is title we have discussed, is upper we have discussed, join we have discussed, length we have discussed, lower is we have discussed. Okay, stripe we have discussed. Here this is L stripe, this is, that means the striping from the left only. That means if the string is written, it will only stripe from the left. Similarly, there will be R stripe, that means striping only from the right. Okay, the two function which is left here is the index function and the partition function. Index function is very similar to the find function. Find function is basically returning you the index value of the substring from the string. But this index function is similarly to the find function, but in it will throw an exception. That means if the substring is not found in the string, that means if I say that hello, okay, as a string, if I say s dot find, okay, x, s dot find x, that means I want to find x into this string, so it will return me as -1 because this substring is never appearing into this string. So this simply means ki either the string appear into the string, then it will return me the index. If that substring is not found in the string, it will return me -1 as a value that the string is not found. But in case of index, instead of saying that the index appear, if the index is at particular index, it will return the index. If the substring is found in the string, it will return the index of the substring. But if the substring is not found in the string, in that case, when find is throwing or giving output -1, in that case index function will throw an exception if the string is not found. It works very similar to the find function. The difference is only if the string is not found, find function will give the output -1, but in that case it will throw an exception. That's it. Partition function is basically it will part the substring. It will part the substring into 3 types. That means if I say s dot partition, and partition is on the basis of L. Okay, so it will take first L. So it will create 3 substring. That means HE first string, L from where the partition is done, then last whatsoever remaining is there. So it will part the string into 3 parts. First is the string that is before the partition, what is appearing, that is this portion. Second is the partition value itself. Then the third is after the partition, whatsoever remaining substring is remain, then it will return the same. So these are the other values that we have discussed. That means replace we have discussed, R find we have discussed, index we have discussed, R split we have discussed, splitting I have done. All these swap case is basically the changes of the cases of the string into it. Title we have discussed, upper we have discussed. So these are basically the functions, string function, that is inbuilt function of the string, which is basically being used in the string widely, and which is also being used to write a program into substring. So after ending up or after reading up all these functions, string methods, basically I am able to understand all these things, and these are the questions that we can also able to answer on your own. So basically try these questions on your own. That means the difference between string method, split and partition, because splitting is same as partition, but the difference is it split the things and it partition into 3 substring or 3 forms. Okay, then how can I use string method to replace multiple different substrings? So this can also be able to done. Can Python string method be combined? Yes, of course, 2 methods can be combined. And how it can be combined, you can able to answer it on your own. How I can able to remove the white spaces from the string? It can be used, it can be done with the help of, that we have read, that is stripe function. If I want to remove the left stripe, then left stripe function is used. If I want to stripe it from the right, I will use R stripe as a function. How can I reverse a string? Yes, I am able to reverse a string with the help of slicing. I can write the string as in the form of some kind of slices will be there, which I have discussed in the first line. So this is basically what I am able to say, that after reading all these string methods, built-in methods or string methods, I am able to answer all these questions and also make up with various questions related to string. So this is all up to string, and thank you so much for being there. And if there is any doubt, you can mail me up. Thank you so much.